Hey, blessed, beautiful day, Grateful Gal family. Welcome into the Grateful Gal Sports Huddle. Y'all know what time it is. About to get directly to the daily verse before I get into the Sports Huddle rundown. Daily verse for the day of January 6, 2024 derives from the book of Isaiah, chapter 44, verse 22, and it states as follows. I will blot out transgressions as with a cloud, and your sins as with a thick cloud. Return to me, for I will repurchase you. Amen. And again, it's from the book of Isaiah, chapter 44, verse 22. And this morning for the Grateful Gal Sports Huddle Rundown, I'll be going over College Football Championship Preview. I'll be giving my opinions on who I think will win. And then I'll be going over NFL Week 18 Preview, which kicks off today. National Hockey League, NCAA men's and women's top 25 in NBA regular season. So getting directly into it, again, the college football playoffs national championship game will be on Monday, January 8th. It will be on Monday, January 8th at, what time is it going to be? One moment. It will be at 8 p.m. No, 7:30 p.m. It will kick off at 7:30 p.m. on ESPN. We will have number 1 Michigan hosting number 2 Washington. And honestly, I'm gonna take Michigan over Washington. Both of these teams offensively, they stack up pretty well. Dominant receivers on the Wisconsin side, dominant receivers from the Washington Huskies side, and then also dominant receivers and running back from Michigan. Both quarterbacks play outstanding football. Both veteran presence there at the leaders of their offense and the leaders of their team. But the edge for me is going to be Michigan Wolverines front seven. During the college football playoff semifinal games against Alabama, they had 6 sacks, and the Washington Huskies only registered 2 sacks against Texas, and the 6 sacks for Michigan don't even go against the quarterback pressures. Jalen Milroe is a more athletic quarterback. Pence, he's pretty athletic also, but I'm telling you, man, that front seven for Michigan Wolverines, they were just flying around, man. Probably the most dominant I've seen them in a long time. Being a Georgia Bulldog fan, we've beaten up on them a few times in the college football playoffs, and I haven't seen their defensive line as dominant like that. Like, those guys were flying around. I mean, the defensive coordinator from Michigan, he was calling up great schemes for blitzes, all type of stuff for those guys. They were getting after it. They tackled very well. And I just think Michigan will have the edge on the defensive side of the ball because they can definitely move the ball on offense. I think they definitely shot themselves in the foot a lot of times to be able to keep Alabama in that game, to force an overtime. Luckily Michigan won, but I think I'm gonna definitely get an edge to the Michigan Wolverines over the Washington Huskies. And I would say, if I give a score prediction, I would say it'll be less than 30 points each team. I think it'll be 24-17, 24-19, something like that in that area. I think it'll be Michigan way, 27-19, maybe 24-27, 27-19-ish. So that's my score prediction. So we shall see. Again, if y'all want to tune into that game, to check out that game results and, to watch that live, it'll be at 7:30 p.m. on ESPN for the College Football National Championship. So that'll be the, what bowl game is that? I don't know if it's a bowl game. Usually it is. I don't know. But, again, it's a college football national championship game. And number 1, Michigan versus Washington. So I got Michigan over the Huskies. So moving on to NFL Week 18. Again, also NFL Week news before I get into the slate. We had We had Dalvin Cook from the Jets. He was released earlier this week. And the Baltimore Ravens signed him to their playoff team for their playoff roster, so he'll definitely be a big acquisition moving forward for their playoff run. That's going to be pretty good. So I just wanted to get that update out there. And kicking off today, again, NFL Week 18, the last regular season week of the NFL. I noticed it just really seemed like, in September, I was just starting off, talking about, the NFL Week 1. Now here we are at 19 weeks later, because really, people get bye weeks, that type of stuff. So, yeah, here we are, weeks later. And it's just really been a journey, man. Really been awesome to see. Really been a joy. A lot of ups and downs for me personally. But like I told people yesterday, man, today, it's a new year. There's going to be a whole new Eagles team. I feel it. I'm feeling confident. I'm leaving everything behind that they did in 2023. We're 11-5 still. We have an opportunity to end our season with a winning record regardless. Hopefully it's 12-5. But just going into the playoffs with a whole better mindset. And the thing about it that I enjoyed from watching some videos and watching content for the Eagles at practice and that type of stuff the other day and hearing players speak, I kept hearing the fun. I kept hearing the word fun, I kept hearing the word fun, and that really brought me joy because that's what playing these sports are about. You play these sports at the highest levels. Yeah, it's competitive, you want to win, but you got to go out there and have fun. Because when you have fun, you find more joy in the game. You find more passion. You find the things that led you to where you are now. Yeah, of course you want to be the best. You want to be good so you can be a pro and all these type of things. But you fell in love with the sport because you had fun. And I love the fact that these guys are getting back to having fun. And I definitely think that's going to revamp us and put us back in position to go win games at the right time. So I'm looking forward to this playoff run, and I'm looking forward to see how we're going to close the season out. But today, slates, again, starting off at 4:30 p.m. on ABC or ESPN. We will have the Baltimore Ravens hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then we will have the Indianapolis Colts hosting the Houston Texans. And I think the Houston Texans Colts game has playoff implications. So both teams actually have an opportunity to land a spot in the playoffs. So and after the slate, I will go over the current playoff bracket. Then moving on to Sunday games tomorrow, January 7th, kicking off at 1 p.m. We have the Panthers hosting the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are looking to secure their playoff spot to win the NFC South. Then we have the Bengals hosting the Browns, the Lions hosting the Vikings, the Patriots hosting the Jets, the Falcons going up against the Saints. Again, the Falcons are looking to clinch the NFC South also. So whoever clinches the NFC South will have the number 4 seed in the playoffs. Then we will have the Jaguars going up against the Titans. The Jaguars looking to clinch playoffs as well. They have a lot of playoff implications. A lot of these games tomorrow have a lot of playoff implications on them. Then we have the Seahawks going up against the Cardinals. The Bears going up against the Packers. The Chargers going up against the Chiefs. The Raiders hosting the Broncos. The 49ers hosting the Rams. The Cowboys going up against the Commanders. And the Eagles going up against the Giants. Also with the Eagles and Giants and the Cowboys Commanders, if the Cowboys beat the Commanders and the Eagles beat the Giants, the Cowboys will win the NFC East. But if the Eagles beat the Giants and the Cowboys lose to the Commanders, the Eagles will win the NFC East. And if the Eagles lose to the Giants and the Cowboys beat the Commanders, they'll win the NFC East. And if both teams lose, the Cowboys will win the NFC East because they have the tiebreaker against us. Or I don't know how that'll work actually because we split conference records. Like we split the meetings between one another this year. So I don't know how that'll work actually. But hopefully we just get the W. Like I said, man, I could just focus on my team and what we need to be able to do, and that's win football games. So like I said, it's a new year. I'm looking to see how they come out, play, have fun, play high pace. Another thing too, coming out of the camp, I believe the starters will play. Devontae Smith is ruled out. Darius Slay is still ruled out, even though he has been practicing again, which I'm excited about. He'll be ready for the playoffs. He had in-season surgery about a month ago, so he'll be ready to come back and consume and resume his starting role. So I'm excited for that. Then for Sunday Night Football, we have another huge game. AFC South implications on the line for the Buffalo Bills going up against the Miami Dolphins, and that game will be at Sunday, January 7th at 8:20 p.m. on NBC. So that'll definitely be a good game. I'm looking forward to seeing that game, following my game. So I'll be tuning into my Eagles-Giants game, and then I'll be switching directly over to Sunday Night Football to check out the Dolphins and Bills game. So make sure y'all check it out. Make sure y'all tune in next week. Next week kicks off the Wild Card Weekend. Again, Wild Card Weekend will kick off next Saturday. So make sure y'all tune into this Thursday Sports Huddle, and I will have the official full NFL playoff bracket, because right now the bracket I'm about to give y'all is currently just a fixture. Like it's not a fixture. It's just in the air right now. It's nothing solidified yet. So one moment. Hope everybody having a great today. Truly thank you for Jehovah for today, man. It's great to have life. I love to be able to get on this platform and just speak your name. You know, if I don't do anything else, Lord, I'm gonna let people know your name, and your name is Jehovah, and you are the Almighty, and I appreciate you. And I definitely appreciate you for life today. I appreciate you for my children, my family, my loved one, my wife, all the people who are dear to me, and just the world in general. All the people in this world. You know, there are wicked people in this world, but there are more meek and just and loving people of Christ, and just loving people of the world overall. You know, Satan is weak compared to us. He's nothing to us. Jehovah, you are everything, and we rocking with you, and we rocking with Jesus, and we have the strength to be able to overcome and conquer anything, and I appreciate you for that. So. Excuse me. All right, so the current playoff picture is as follows. For the AFC, currently at this moment, we have the Dolphins, we have the Ravens at number 1. They receive a bye. That's not going to change. Then we have the Dolphins at number 2. They'll be going up against the Colts currently. But if the Colts lose to the Texans will get the number 7 seed. Then we have the Chiefs at 3. They'll be going up against the Bills currently. And then we have up. Let me go back. If the Dolphins lose to the Bills, the Dolphins will go to number 6, and the Bills will go to number 2. Then we will have, so it's gonna be crazy this weekend. A lot of great games. So again, the Dolphins, the 2 seed and the 7 seed are up for grabs in the AFC, and the 6 seed is up for grabs in the AFC also. Then the Jaguars is at number 4, and they are going up against the Browns currently at number 5. Then moving on to the NFC, we have the 49ers currently at number 1, which they won't change. They have a bye week. Then we have the Cowboys at number 2 currently. They'll be going up against the Packers at number 7. I don't think any big games are on the line for that. Any big games on the line for that. Then we have the Lions at 3. The Rams currently at 6. I believe if the Seahawks win over the Cardinals, if the Seahawks win over the Cardinals and the Rams lose to the 49ers, the Seahawks will get in and the Rams will be out. So that could be the number 6 spot could be changed as well. The number 2 spot in the NFC is also up for grabs, because the Cowboys hold the number 2 spot and the Eagles hold the number 5 spot. And again, if we win the division, we'll be number 2 and the Cowboys will be number 5. And currently the Buccaneers are number 4, the number 4 playoff team in the NFC. And if they lose tomorrow and the Falcons win, the Falcons will win the NFC South and the Buccaneers will be kicked out. So, again, a lot of implications are on the line for this past weekend. Big week in the NFL, and I will have the official playoff bracket this upcoming Thursday Sports Huddle after the regular season is over and the playoffs has officially started. So, then moving on to, I know y'all hear my kids in the back. Then moving on to National Hockey League results from this week. Moving directly into Thursday games from the 4th of January. We had the Penguins defeat the Bruins 6-5. The Sabres over the Canadiens 6-1. The Rangers defeated the Blackhawks 4-1. The Blue Jackets defeated the Flyers 3-2 in shootouts. The Blues defeated the Canucks 2-1. The Flames over the Predators 6-3. The Avalanche defeated the Stars in overtime 5-4. The Lightning defeated the Wild 4-1. The Islanders defeated the Coyotes 5-1. The Golden Knights fell to the Panthers 4-1. The Senators fell to the Krakens 4-1. The Red Wings defeated the Kings in shootouts 4-3. And the Jets defeated the Sharks 2-1. Moving on to recap games of last night for January 5th, we had the Devils defeat the Blackhawks 4-2. We had the Hurricanes defeat the Capitals 6-2. And we had the Jets defeat the Ducks 3-1. For today's games, we had the Flyers hosting the Flames. The Panthers going up against the Avalanche. The Lightning going up against the Bruins. The Canadiens hosting the Rangers. The Canucks going up against the Devils. Penguins hosting the Sabres. The Wild going up against the Blue Jackets. The Sharks hosting the Maple Leafs. The Hurricanes hosting the Blues. The Predators going up against the Stars. The Oilers versus the Senators. And the Islanders going up against the Golden Knights. For Sunday games, January 7th, kicking off tomorrow at 3 p.m., we have the Capitals hosting the Kings. The Flames going up against the Blackhawks. The Coyotes hosting the Jets. And the Red Wings going up against the Ducks. Make sure y'all tune in to Thursday Sports Huddle to get updated results through Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Moving on to NCAA men's and women's top 25. I actually checked out the last quarter of that NC State Lady Wolfpacks versus Florida State game, and it was pretty intense, man. Pretty intense game. My take on the game, I'm going to get into it as I get to the scores, but I'll go to that. January 4th, NCAA Women's Top 25 is as follows. Number 13, Virginia Tech defeated Wake Forest 82-73. Number 16, Notre Dame defeated Pitt 71-66. We had an upset out of Syracuse. We had unranked North Carolina defeat number 25 Syracuse 75-51. We had number 1 South Carolina defeat Florida 89-66. Getting to the NC State game, we had number 3 NC State versus number 22 Florida State. It was forced overtime. NC State ended up winning that game 88-80. Coaching scenarios in that game were definitely it should definitely be telescope, microscope. It should definitely be looked at very hard, and it should be, really tweaked a lot because what's wrong there?
Sissy, take my spot in the chair.
Okay, can y'all just share?
Sissy's not letting me.
Okay, well, go ahead and tell her come here. And then yeah, so that game was forced to overtime. The NC State had a 6-point lead, I believe, like 2 minutes or something left in the fourth quarter, and they just kept going down and forcing shots. Luckily they did prevail in overtime. Definitely a lot of good 3-point shooters on NC State, which I saw. And then come here, both of y'all. Where's your other socks, Stinky Toes? Mm-hmm. Okay, can y'all go in there and share? Where are your socks? Come here. Aren't you the big sister? Go in there and have some diplomacy, okay? Be diplomatic, okay? Compromise. Okay, well, go take a seat right now. She's talking about y'all sharing a chair. You lost your phone. It's your fault. Okay, it's okay. Go ahead. Try to keep finding it. Look over there somewhere. Yeah, so get back to the NC State, Florida State game. Again, coaching scenarios, man. We as coaches, I definitely try to learn from experiences of what I see, and things that might come up and all these type of things. I just try to continue to gain knowledge from the outside perspective of what I'm seeing in coaching, because I know the games. I know how to play basketball. I know how to play football, baseball. I know the games. I know how to play them. I might not know everything, in a schematic wise and all that type of stuff, but I know how to play the game, And again, it was a lot of forced basketball, and at the end of that fourth quarter, that forced overtime. But hats off to NC State. Hats off to Florida State, because those girls was out there playing high level basketball. They were being aggressive. They were playing defense. They was making the right shot. They were making the right plays, and they were and they they did what they had to do to force overtime. But ultimately NC State took it 88-80 in overtime. But it was a pretty good game, and I'm definitely looking forward to being able to see the Lady Wolfpacks play live. Take my daughters, to go see some women's basketball. I know they'll like that. And then, we'll continue to go forward. So then moving on, we had number 14, Indiana defeat Michigan 80-59. We had number 17, Louisville defeat Duke 61-44. Yes, daughter. Not over there? Okay. Then we had number 7, LSU defeat Missouri 92-72. Number 18, Gonzaga defeated Portland 74-53. A recap of last night's games. January 5th, we had number 4, Iowa defeat Rutgers 103-69. Number 5, Colorado in a close win over Arizona, 75-74. Number 20, Ohio State defeated Northwestern, 90-60. Number 15, Utah defeated Arizona State, 58-41. Number 2, UCLA defeated Oregon, 75-49. Number 8, Stanford over Washington State, 74-65. And number 9, USC defeated Oregon State, 56-54. For today's game, we have a top 25 ranked matchup kicking off women's college basketball. We have number 10, Texas, going up against number 24, West Virginia, today at 2 p.m. on the Big 12 Network. And then we have number 11, Kansas State, going up against UCF. Number 6, Baylor, hosting Houston. Number 19, Marquette, hosting Xavier. Number 21, Creighton, going up against DePaul on FS1 at 4 p.m. And then we have number 23, TCU, hosting Oklahoma State at 5 p.m. on the Big 12 Network. For Sunday games tomorrow, a couple more big games. One ranked matchup. We have number 3 NC State Lady Wolfpacks going up against number 13 Virginia Tech tomorrow at noon on the ACC Network. Then we have number 1 South Carolina hosting Mississippi State. That'll be a pretty good game. Then we have number 12 UConn going up against Georgetown. Number 5 Colorado going up against Arizona State. Number 4 Indiana going up against Nebraska. Number 15 Utah going up against Arizona. Number 7 LSU going up against Ole Miss. Number 9 USC hosting Oregon. Number 2 UCLA hosting Oregon State. Number 8 Stanford hosting Washington. Number 22 Florida State going up against Clemson. Number 16 Notre Dame going up against North Carolina. And number 25 Syracuse going up against Boston College. Moving on to NCAA men's top 25. Again, make sure y'all tune into Thursday Sports Huddle to get updated information and coverage for the results from this past NCAA women's basketball. Then moving on to Thursday games, January 4th for the top 25 men's. We had number 15 Memphis defeat Tulsa 78-75. Number 19 James Madison defeated Louisiana 68-61. Number 24 Gonzaga defeated Pepperdine 86-60. And number 10 Arizona defeated Colorado 97-50. For Friday games, we had number 4 UConn defeat Butler 88-81. We had a top 10 ranked matchup. Number 1 Purdue hosted number 9 Illinois. Number 1 Purdue defeated Illinois 83-78. For today's games, we have a couple ranked matchups. We have number 7 Marquette kicking off basketball today against Seton Hall at noon on CBS. Then we have number 8 North Carolina going up against number 16 Clemson on ESPN2 at noon. We have number 6 Kentucky going up against Florida, at 12:30 p.m. on ESPN. Number 2 Kansas hosting TCU on CBS at 2 p.m. Number 3 Houston hosting West Virginia at 2 p.m. on the Big 12 Network. Number 23 Providence going up against Creighton at 2 p.m. on FS1. Number 25 Auburn going up against Arkansas at 2 p.m. on ESPN2. Number 21 Wisconsin hosting Nebraska. Number 18 Baylor going up against Oklahoma State. Number 19, James Madison going up against Southern Mississippi. Number 17, FAU going up against Charlotte. Number 5, Tennessee hosting number 22, Ole Miss at 6 p.m. on the SEC Network. We have number 11, Oklahoma hosting Iowa State. Number 14, Duke going up against Notre Dame. Number 10, Arizona hosting Utah. Number 20, Texas hosting Texas Tech tonight at 8 p.m. on ESPN2. Number 13, Colorado State going up against Utah State. Number 24, Gonzaga hosting San Diego. And number 12, BYU hosting Cincinnati. Moving on to Sunday games tomorrow, we have number 15, Memphis hosting SMU. And to wrap out our sports huddle, we'll be going over NBA coverage. Getting into the NBA. Thursday game recap. We had the Bucks defeat the Spurs in a good game, 125-121. First game against Victor Wembanyama and Giannis Antetokounmpo. That was a pretty good game. Then we had the Nuggets defeat the Warriors with a buzzer beater with a bank half-point 3 shot from Jokic to beat the Warriors 130-127. Recap of Friday games. We had the Pacers dominate the Hawks 150-116. We had the Celtics defeat the Jazz 126-97. We had the Nets defeat the Thunder 124-115. The Cavaliers over the Wizards 114-90. The Knicks defeated the 76ers 128-92. The Bulls defeated the Hornets 104-91. The Timberwolves over the Rockets 122-95. The Clippers defeated the Pelicans 111-95. The Mavericks defeated the Trailblazers 139-103. The Magic defeated the Nuggets 122-120. The Suns defeated the Heat 113-97. The Warriors defeated the Pistons 113-109. The Grizzlies over the Lakers 127-113. And the Kings defeated the Raptors 135-130. Kicking off today's games later on, 7 p.m., we have the Pacers hosting the Celtics. That'll be a pretty good one. The Knicks going up against the Wizards. The 76ers hosting the Jazz. And the Rockets hosting the Bucks. For Sunday games tomorrow, we have the Hawks going up against the Magic. Cavaliers hosting the Spurs. Trailblazers going up against the Nets. The Kings hosting the Pelicans. Timberwolves hosting the Mavericks. No, Timberwolves going up against the Mavericks, The Nuggets hosting the Pistons. Grizzlies versus the Suns. Warriors versus the Raptors. And the Lakers hosting the Clippers. Also, some more NBA news before I get off here. We had Ricky Rubio. He officially retired from the NBA after 14 seasons. So Ricky Rubio is no longer a point guard in the NBA. What a special talent. He's been a pro since he was a young child over in the country where he come from, and be able to come in the league and really have a large impact on the way of the game. I think just his style, the way he played the game, his demeanor on the court. Unfortunately, he wasn't the healthiest player coming into the league, but he still, when he was on the court, he produced at a high level. So definitely congratulations to him on his retirement, and what a great season, and going from there. So good job. Oh, also Goran Dragic, a longtime Heat player. He was a Cavaliers player, if I'm not mistaken. Goran Dragic, shooting guard, point guard. He also announced his retirement from the NBA also. So congratulations to you, gentlemen, and good luck in your endeavors in your lives. And on that note, Grateful Gab family, that's my sports huddle for y'all. I'm going to wrap it up. That's what I have for y'all this week. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow for Grateful Gab Talk. Looking forward to be able to speak about some things, and just truly looking forward to be able to have life and give Jehovah thanks for life. So make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. I love y'all. Be blessed. And until next time, peace.